Was Jake Gardner murdered by BLM? That's the question on everybody's minds as shocking and disturbing new information comes to light. And I must say, it looks extremely suspicious. Here on the Gateway Pundit, the body of Omaha bar owner Jake Gardner was found 20 minutes from Portland. And this isn't all. We've had other people doing some digging, and it's starting to look like this bar owner, Jake Gardner, who is charged after shooting a Black Lives Matter rioter in self-defense, even though it was self-defense due to public pressure from left-wing activists. It may look like he was murdered, and there are things that just don't add up. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on the internet, we're going to talk about Jake Gardner and whether or not he was murdered by BLM. This is shocking information. This is just coming out. And I hear the police are not happy. So I want to show you the following tweet. Cassandra Fairbanks. She says, "There's something odd about this." And this is part of what brought me down this rabbit hole. She's talking to somebody who knew the victim. I'll be honest, Cassandra. I've known Jake for 10 years. Spent thousands of hours with him, and he isn't the guy to take his own life. He sent me a message last week telling me that he was sober for a year and had just written a book. People were doxing his mother. His family was receiving death threats. Bottom line, without pressure from BLM, the grand jury would have never been called. Now here is where it gets weird. Look at this, folks. Hillsborough police investigation. Death after body found. At about 12:20 p.m., Hillsborough Police Department officers responded and blah blah blah, 300 block of Southeast 9th Avenue. So the body was found outside of a medical clinic. Red flag! Why was he dead outside of the clinic? They discovered 38-year-old Jacob Gardner of Omaha, Nebraska, dead. Here's what's weird. His death is being reported as he took his own life. However, according to this, the cause of the death is still under investigation. But officers are not seeking any suspects, and there is no danger to the community. Are the police saying they're not looking for any suspects because they do not believe that there are any suspects? Or are police not looking for any suspects because they already have a suspect? They already know who did it. Think about this. This happened outside of a medical clinic, and I find that very suspicious. If you're going to take your own life, why would you do it outside of a medical clinic? Wouldn't you do it in your own home or in a private setting? A lot of red flags here, folks. And furthermore, wouldn't the medical clinic have footage, cameras? Maybe the police already know that he was murdered. Gardner was indicted by Douglas County, Nebraska grand jury last week on charges stemming from the May 30th shooting death of James Curlock in Omaha. That's the Black Lives rioter who attacked him, tried to take his life, and he shot him in self-defense. The footage shows this, and if it wasn't for the leftist mob, he would have never been charged. None of this is confirmed. This is all under investigation. Please keep that in mind. But let's look through here. Now, before we continue, I'm gonna go through all these tabs, all this information, and I was thinking about it, and I am gonna do a sponsorship ad for veterans. Gardner was a veteran, and I feel like it's appropriate. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications for more content. And if you like my content, if you like the work I do and you think it's valuable, please consider sharing this video online, on social media, and help the channel. It's the only help that I get other than, the algorithm. It's all up to you. This is all natural, paraben-free soap. It's high quality. Comes very highly recommended. The reason that this soap is good is because it doesn't have parabens, and parabens have been linked to cancer in women and infertility in men. You can buy one bar for $7, or if you subscribe, you get 20% off. So for as low as $5 a month, you can get one bar of soap delivered to your doorstep every month. A portion of all proceeds will go to helping homeless veterans. If you want to get some soap, if you want it to be paraben-free, and if you want to support veterans, consider buying from Hero Soap Company by clicking the link down below in the description. So let's look into this, folks. This is the biggest red flag in my opinion. This is what makes me think, man, was this guy murdered? According to a report from the Omaha World Herald, Gardner reportedly shot himself after authorities in Hillsborough, Oregon received a call of a suicidal party, said two law enforcement sources who spoke on the condition of anonymity. The death happened this weekend though Hillsborough police would not confirm the death or the time that it has happened. They received a call that there was a suicidal person, and then after police arrived, he was already dead. Oh, I don't know, folks. What if BLM was trying to hunt him down and take him out? What if they shot him and they made the call? Hey, this guy's suicidal, you better come. By the time that they got there, he was already dead. How do we know? How do we know what really happened? We don't. So, people who are close to him are saying he wasn't the kind of guy to take his own life. He was in a good place. He was sober. They just don't believe it. Not only do I blame BLM for all of this, I'm talking about, the charges. I also blame Frederick Franklin, an assistant U.S. attorney who buckled under pressure from the left-wing mob and charged him. Completely ridiculous. It was self-defense. They charged him with manslaughter. They charged him with attempted assault. Terrorist threats. Absolutely ridiculous. There are a lot of people who need to be held accountable. So why is it that if his death is still under investigation, with these mysterious circumstances, why is it being reported as if he took his own life? Did he take his own life? No, I could see it. I could see a scenario in where the public pressure, the threat of charges, the idea that he may never see a fair day in court and be indicted and be executed by the mob, essentially. But there is also a possibility that he was murdered. We just don't know. That's the scary part. We don't know. Apparently, this isn't the first time that he was targeted by radical left-wing activists. Here with Cassandra Fairbanks, local Omaha radio host at C. Baker Show, tells me that the smears that Gardner was racist started long before the shooting, all because he would hold Republican events at his bars. But that's all they were, smears. I showed in my previous video how some footage from Gardner in an interview from years ago, and he seemed like a sweet guy. Down to earth, very nice, understanding of his political opponents. He seemed like a very nice person. They've been attacking him for a long time, all because he's a Republican. And you want me to believe that he took his own life? Think about it. This man was willing to shoot an attacker, a violent BLM rioter who smashed his windows, who was going after him, and he had that self-preservation instinct. I don't know, man. Would he really take his own life? None of his friends seemed to think so. So Gardner was found 20 minutes from Portland. Apparently he was staying with his uncle. That's an important piece of information. Cassandra Fairbanks says, also, multiple sources are telling me that a lot of Omaha cops are pissed about how this was handled. Cassandra says, they're literally claiming he was trying to kill people of color by sitting at his own bar, as the dude broke his windows and then jumped on him and attacked him. And that is 100% true. So apparently a lot of the smears were also due to his belief that transgender people should not be sharing the bathroom with biological women. So he spent a ton of money building a third bathroom. He wasn't mean about it and tried to be fair. He was a Marine who was deployed to Iraq and Haiti. It looks like the left had it out for this guy for a long time, and that's probably why his bar was targeted. I want all of those so-called protesters and rioters, I want them punished. I want them charged. They targeted this man, and they got him killed. I don't care if he took his own life or it was murder. BLM got this man killed. Period. So you know what, folks? That's pretty much the story here. This is insane. Was he killed? I don't know. Was he murdered? I don't know. But what I do know is that this is extremely suspicious, definitely warranting more investigation, and we gotta find out. Because if this was a murder, then that means that the criminal is still out there and he needs to be brought to justice. That, my friends, is merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? And you have these people like Sean King, who is white, first of all, pretending to be black. On Twitter, verified blue checkmark, saying stuff like this. Unbelievable. White supremacist Jake Gardner was indicted for the murder of a young black man named James Scurlock. This guy was not a supremacist. He was not an extremist. He was a sweet, kind man. Sean King, you son of a gun. You. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Stick-twisted mother... Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you want to support this channel, join me on Patreon, join me on Subscribestar. Let's keep this alive. If you want to donate, there's donor box. You can send me crypto. Links and addresses are down below. You can also visit my merch store, or visit my sponsors. Check out Hero Soap Company. We gotta help our veterans, folks. Maybe he did take his own life. Maybe he just couldn't handle it. We gotta prevent things like this. It isn't right. These people served our country. Many of them died for this country, and you know what? I'll be damned if I let these Black Lives Matter and Antifa activists ruin lives. You know, these people don't have jobs, who don't contribute to society. You know what? I'm done. Share the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel. We'll go from here. I'll see you all next time.
They were looking for Trump supporters. They found one, and they killed him. And it made me realize, I believe the time for talk is over. There's no negotiating at this point.